Tough game. It's tough. You look at a scoreboard like that and, you see a big discrepancy, and it's a game you actually had a chance to, to have an opportunity to win that game. And we just did not. I mean, we were very bad on offense tonight. Defensively, we gave up some points, but, they had first and 10, it seemed like possession and 10 at midfield almost all night long. Again, they created some turnovers, gave us some short fields early on. Again, we're kicking field goals, not doing the things that we need to do on offense to give ourselves a chance to win that game. And then as the defense kind of wore down and, they kept getting, again, good field position in the second half, they took advantage of it and put it away. So extremely frustrating night. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I can't imagine we did too much offensively. Defensively, probably looks on paper a lot worse than it was. Again, those guys, we're not perfect by any means. We're not playing great on defense, but we're playing good enough early in games and in halves to give ourselves a chance. And we just got to get things going on offense. And our inability to run the football is really, really rare in its ugly head right now.
Go ahead, Nick. Speaking of that rushing, Western Kentucky came in, second most yards allowed in the conference, and running backs only had 44 rushing yards today. Just, what do you feel like went wrong on the rushing
I,
end?
I, I feel like they beat us at the point of attack. I didn't feel like we got much of a push early on in the game, and even I think early in the second half, multiple false start penalties. Regardless of why that was happening, it's inexcusable. We were not very physical. They were a more physical football team than we are, and that's something that's got to be fixed. I mean, it's hasn't been too many games where we've been kind of beat up front, and I feel like they were just tougher than we were.
Yeah. That's offensively just on the passing offense and Logan and the rest of the passing offense.
We just never got in a rhythm. I mean, we struggled. Again, I got to go back and watch the film, but we just looked really helter skelter. We never in rhythm. We had no sync. We didn't get the ball to our athletes enough. I don't think we pushed the ball downfield enough. We need to do the better job of doing that early in the game.
Yeah, 1-4, and you guys last five after the 2-0 starts. You guys have to now win 3 out of 4 to make a bowl, including Kennesaw State, Tennessee upcoming. Just where do you see the path for a bowl and what you guys got to do going forward?
Well, I mean, we don't have a bad football team, but we got to find ourselves. We got a winnable game next week against Kennesaw. There's no game in our conference that's not winnable. I mean, this is a team right here that beats you by 20 some odd points, and it's a team that when you play a like opponent, there's been a lot of scores that are different. Kennesaw's much of the same. It's really not about anybody we play coming up though. It's really about us and finding our way on offense, finding a way to get some rhythm, be able to move the ball, be able to score more touchdowns rather than kick so many field goals. And then defensively, we just got to be able to sustain and just play throughout the course of the game. And I thought we did a good job of creating some turnovers. We had the defensive score at the end, early on. We had the nice interception by Sony, ran the ball past midfield, gave us a great opportunity to go, I mean, we had a chance to take a 10-0 lead, and we don't do it. We kick another field goal. So, as far as these games going up, it's really about us tomorrow night going back, working on ourselves, working on the little details, the things we can do to be better as a football team. This is a good group. I mean, they've continued to work hard. As far as bowl games and things like that, it's doable because mathematically it's still there. And when I look at our opponents, and you look at your opponents and you look at the records and you look at what's possible, it's very possible. But you got to go get the next one.
Right. You guys seem to keep Roddy Tisdale in the pocket, preventing him from running around and getting so many rush yards, but he had a very efficient passing day. Was that maybe some going on in the secondary or something else in your mind?
Yeah, no, I mean we the 2 minute drill, we played too loose. We need guys to tighten up a little bit. I thought we gave up a real cheap drive there, on that 2 minute drill. We need to do a better job. I thought in the first half, for the most part, we did a good job of containing them. I mean, they shouldn't have had even 14 points, but offense didn't do anything with the ball. And heck, they almost had, that extra field goal at the very end. So, second half, we just kind of, they got after us a little bit once we wore down.
Yeah. Does that scoop and score at the end kind of do anything to kind of, hey, we ended the game on a slightly positive note, or is it still kind of the same feeling overall?
I mean, it's a loss is a loss. I mean, it just shows you guys don't quit. I mean, as a coach, you sit there and you want to fight to the end. You talk about it all the time. That's why you're calling timeouts at the end. And then we had a chance to recover the onside, and it still would have taken a whole lot more to get us back in the thing. But our
Yeah.
guys are fighters, that they have
Yeah.
all year. They'll continue to be. So, I mean, I guess it's one of those deals where it's good to see our guys still playing hard and, they get a ball out and scoop and score at the end. So, that doesn't happen if you're not playing hard.